In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my top underrated tips in Sonic Racing Crossworlds. My first tip is actually slowing down in the first lap of the race. Now, I know this sounds crazy, but there are a couple key benefits to doing this. Number one, you dodge most of the hectic items being thrown out while you're in the pack. And number two, you're able to rack up more valuable items to make your comeback in the third and final lap, which is the most important in any race. I recommend playing like normal until you hit the first item boxes of the match. The reason for this is because when you hit the first item boxes, usually the pack is very close together, so your items won't change that much. But after you do that, slow down until you're about a good few feet away from the competition, and then stay in that range until the beginning of the second lap. Then you make your comeback. My second underrated tip in Sonic Racing Crossworlds is to be aware of what items your opponents are holding. This can save you from an attack item or a speed item that you wouldn't have been able to react to otherwise. Very underrated, but very important. As you probably already noticed, when your opponent is holding an item, it shows up in their left or right hand. But it's really hard to pay attention to this in the thrill of a race, so try to look out for it as best you can. This actually leads me into my third tip, which is sticking to the sides of the track. The reason you want to keep sticking to the sides as much as possible is because usually you get the best route, but also most of the attack items thrown by other people are being thrown in the middle because they're just trying to throw it out, they're not aiming or whatever. So, it's very beneficial. My fourth underrated tip in Sonic Racing Crossworlds is to not save your items in the first lap. Because I know if you have a drill or you have the teleport power up, it is extremely tempting to want to save it, but this leaves you susceptible to a frenzy, specifically the infinite boost wisp frenzy, because that will get rid of the item you already have usually. So, you don't want to lose your item unnecessarily, you want to use it while you have it. My fifth underrated tip, but it's probably obvious, is learn the maps. The reason for this is because knowing the maps better than your opponent, their shortcuts and routes, can be the difference between winning and losing. This can be shortcuts such as this one on Metal Harbor, this one on Market Street, or even this one on Radical Highway. If you did not know about some of these shortcuts, I suggest going into time trial and racing until you feel confident enough to use them in a real race. My sixth tip is don't be afraid to slow down on difficult water sections such as the Eggman Expo. It is a lot better to slow down than hit a wall and lose speed and coins. My seventh and final tip is to treat coins you encounter on the race as a necessity. It is very easy to look over coins and be like, I don't need it. But coins over time, over the amount of the race, they add up. Coins can be the difference maker in you holding your lead in first place when you don't get good items, making them an essential tool, and definitely not something to overlook. That is the end of this underrated tips video for Sonic Racing Crossworlds. To end it off, here is a highlight clip showing off some of the skills that I mentioned in this video and how you can apply them to your races. Till then, race on.